Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You that chop line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss you, we eat the your little rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste and bust a man to statue. Say me like a cash, but me got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, got and say that is not you. On the head, the man above him, him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out with beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You that chop line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promise it, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rough and they down in a whatever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
On they treat the market man.
It burn me.
On them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
On they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
On them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
On them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
On them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again.
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we love like. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona thief. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Another pothole debt, while the country is yet waiting for almost 50 billion to be spent on our roadway. Mind you, 40 billion of that was promised to us from last year. Money of which is yet for us to see in actuality. Good evening and welcome to the Global Television Group. Thank you for joining us this evening. To my followers and supporters in the United States of A, happy Thanksgiving and enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend. And tomorrow, the hustle and bustle in the shops and online for that big old call us to spend our money on bullshit for no reason at all. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to my community party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening, Sharon Bernard, Beat and Teach. Good evening, good evening. Good evening. I feel a bit docile. I feel like I was drinking and I'm not. I haven't drank alcohol for like over a month. But for some reason, I feel very docile this evening. I feel very docile. RJ, how are you? Real sweet. Laura Morris. Sunshine. Sharon Bernard. Rosemary Samuels. Joan Bailey. Villa One. Monica Wills. Evan Bradford, Empress Debney Miles. Good evening, Colleen Jones. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Instagram and TikTok. Murdoy, Christopher Ivan, Colleen Jones. Right, we're going to do another comms test again because I still need to do some adjustment because some of the feedback I got from the audience is that you were not hearing the caller very well. What I will do, I will call Debbie Jervis again to continue our comms test because I have to do this test while I'm live. I cannot do it otherwise to make sure it works. So we're going to do another comms again, and I'm going to change different systems, and you're going to give me a feedback because there's a 5-second delay between you and I. I'll wait for you to give me a response as soon as you hear Debbie clearer. Focus on Debbie's voice. That's the voice you need to be hearing clearer. So when I get to a setting that her voice comes over more clearer to you, you let me know on that one. So I'm going to call Debbie Jervis now, and then we get on with the comms test.
Hello, hello, good night, good evening, good morning, wonderful, wonderful globalists. Happy harvest, happy Indigenous People Day, my people, my people.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and everyone, Deb. Happy Thanksgiving. Remember, audience, your job is to give us a feedback of Debbie's voice. So continue talking, Debbie, while I monitor what people are saying here.
While you adjust your jingerings, good evening, everybody. Good night, good night, good morning if you're in the time zone of the morning. Yes, I just got off the phone with my baby who is in Japan. It's the next day there. He was heading out to breakfast. Hope you guys had a good day. Didn't eat too much, those of us that celebrate the Thanksgiving. Hope one didn't eat too much. The tryptophan is gonna kick in pretty soon if you did partake of the tryptophan. Has anybody ever had jerk turkey? Oh my God, that is the best. Is the Easy Jerk on the line in the chat?
Beta Teacher, I'm going to change another setting and let me know, because Sunshine says it's loud and clear. Beta and Teach said still a little low. Let me change a mic output.
Talk up, people, talk up. Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? I'm not yelling in the phone, but the phone is right at the mouth.
Continue talking, Debs. Okay, I've done something wrong here.
Real sweet, you over here.
Yeah, Debbie's here.
Put on the park, put on the park and listen good. Can you hear me well? Real sweet, can you hear me well?
Ivan Bradford say you're clear. Pauline says loud and clear. Beat and Teach, turn up the thing on your phone. Everybody else is saying loud and clear, Beat and Teach. Carlos is saying...
Bailey, can you hear well? Are you hearing well, Joan Bailey?
Okay, Beat and Teach is saying yes, no.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Can you hear well, darling?
So to everybody, can I be confident now that we have the communication clear? Let me know.
Everybody hearing well, everybody hearing well. Testing, testing, mic check, microphone check. Can everybody hear well? Are you hearing me well? Now all the way over here across the pond talking. Can you hear me well, my people? Can you hear me well?
You're low, very low. Real Sweet are saying you're low, very low. Hold on, let me.
Real Sweet, which rock are you under? Come on from under the rock, man. Sure. And while we're adjusting the volume, people, can y'all hit up the like button, please, and thanks? Me know some like button are broken on. Me asking all the time if the like button broke. Me know some the button are broke like Jamaica, so hit up the tap on the like button, please. Everybody here on the live, just hit the like button just once. And if you're trying to figure out where the like button is for you to hit, you see that in the chat room, that X to the top right? Tap on that X, it'll bring you out of the chat room, and right below producer Wayne's name or whichever platform you're on, Global TV 358 Studios or whichever, you'll see the like button, the thumbs up button. Just tap that thumbs up button one time, and then right below that, you see where it says live chat. You just hit that and go back in and continue your talking. So yeah.
Debbie, I'm gonna hang up quickly and call you back, yeah? Just stay there.
Hold on, Carlos. I will.
No, not that. Hold on. Let me do this quickly. Speak like that. That. Call.
Hello, good night, wonderful, globalists.
How about?
Pick up the phone now, sir. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
How about that now, my peeps?
What's the volume now? How is the volume?
Can you hear Debbie well?
Colin, can you hear me well? Fritz Roy Nugent. Blessings. Can you hear me? Are you hearing me well? Everybody hearing me well? Petra Lewis, can you hear me? Are you hearing me good? Mr. Carlos, you hear me? Pick up the phone now, sir. Can you hear me well? Are you hearing me well? Loud and clear, loud and clear?
Yes, they're saying loud and
hearing. All right, everybody hearing loud and clear.
Right, we'll see if you sound a bit louder.
Are you hearing me? Real Sweet, what happened to your phone, darling? What happened to your phone? You feed your phone turkey today.
Okay, most people are saying loud and clear.
Phone. Earlier when the caller was calling in and some people said their volume was low. It was low on my end too, but all I did was turn up the volume and I heard on my phone I heard them just fine. So
well, the audience seemed to be hearing more clearer now, so I hope that's all right for now, but we'll work with whatever feedback comes along as we go along. You know, trying new things, you always have teething process.
Yeah, always have some bugs to work out. Ladybug, are you hearing well, darling? Welcome. Blessings. Happy Thursday. Are you hearing well, Ladybug? Oh. Petra was just trying to fix the audio on the call-in line. That's what we're trying to do, fix the volume on the call-in line. All right, Ladybug, loud and clear.
Well, I think
Marcia Thomas, hey darling, welcome. You good? You hearing well, Marcia? Are you hearing us well? We're just trying to fix the volume, get the kinks out of the call-in line. Fix the volume. All right. Seems like everybody.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's hearing Debbie. So Yeah.
right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you
All
very
right.
much, Deb. Thank you.
You're welcome. Back to the comment section I go.
All right then. Thank you very much.
All right. You're
Okay.
welcome, sir.
Okay
All
then.
right.
Bye. Right. There you go, everybody. As I said, because people always say when anyone call, it's difficult to hear them from the phone, or if I have to play any recordings of voice note from my phone, it's very low. So what I did was link my WhatsApp to my laptop, which is using the WhatsApp app. So when the call comes to the WhatsApp on the computer or is done through the computer, then it's a bit better for me. So that's what we were testing out. Hopefully we get it right, or we will continue to improve as we go along. Thank you all very much for being here. And it's not me give Nesta the name Minister of Pothole. It's Cliff Hughes call him that name today, Minister of Potholes. The 5, we can almost say 50 billion. Can you almost 50 billion? Them promise we, Pan Road. We are yet to see a penny out of that 50 billion. I don't know if Andrew Holness beg Bill Gates and Prince Charles them to help him file rain. For every minute them walk and muse excuse, tell we say, oh, it's because of the rain. Why? Not really see anything. 1 minute Nesta said we was gonna see spark before the end of the year. Now we're being told before the end of the fiscal year, which is quite a different thing from the end of the year. But them continue to push and pull we in whatever direction they want to carry us. We don't have to, and we shouldn't have to, as a people, carry the burden of Darrell Vaz and Anne-Marie Vaz dunceness. Darrell Vaz put this out. But we really shouldn't have to buckle under the burden, the easy jerk word. Well, go on, bro. Sharon Bernard, Ladybug. We shouldn't have to buckle under the weight of Anne-Marie Vaz and Darrell Vaz illiteracy next to stupidness. What Darrell Vaz is saying here, the People's National Party president and leadership were all in Portland a few weeks ago when several racist remarks were made. They did and said nothing. Weeks later, Mark Golden is hoisted in pity party about the color of his skin. Jacqueline Murray. The video Darrell Vaz put out to support his argument of the racist remarks made at the Portland presentation. This is the video put out by Darrell Vaz.
Remember that every time you see black people, it's more rules than
every time them say black people, they must remember that they're looking at maroons. Remind us, Darrell Vaz, how much Maroon settlement are in the parish of Portland? Do you remember or do you know? How do you define racism? We're not dunce, but we are trying to be dunce like Uno. We want to understand how was this racial slur or bigotry to say that black people in Portland are maroons. We have to act dunce like Uno, you know, because if we act brighter, this is where we're going to become confused. But to understand you, we have to act dunce like Uno. Help us to understand the racial slur or the bigotry in saying who we are, Darrell Vaz. Are you ashamed of who you are? Is Darrell Vaz ashamed of who he is? So if people say them are maroon, if I sat Buchanan and said black people in Portland are maroon, help us to understand how the racism get in there. Or let me ask this more sensible question. Is it that every time you have to defend yourself, you make yourself look even more stupider than the actual offense you're defending yourself against? Because this even makes you sound more stupid, Darrell Vaz. To come up with such a nonsense at such a late time of day, Darrell Vaz, it make you rather sound more backwards. The fact that every time you make a blunder, you walk and look for something of the past to justify your blunder, it means this is a government, this is a party that is nowhere soon, for any reason at all, to take responsibility for anything. Because as soon as you back them up in a corner upon something, them tell you, oh, such and such alike, they did it before. They did it 18 years ago. They never did 18 years ago. Yes, but we're talking about you. We are talking about you. What have you done? Do you see a problem with your criminal actions? Do you see a problem with Edward Warmington racism? How does what Edward Warmington says compare to what Isaac Buchanan says? And because we're not done, so again, we have to play down to, we're going to compare and contrast. You're allowed to do that in academia, compare and contrast. So here is Isaac Buchanan. Hold on. Why this thing is playing up?
They must remember that every time them say black people is maroons they're looking at. Get that.
Now here is Everett Warmington.
No white man can lead me. Everett Warmington made his displeasure clear about the prospect of PNP President Mark Golding becoming Prime Minister.
I said repeatedly that claims there was a white man and shouldn't lead us, and they'll see me all over the south. I talk about this now, then want this a white man. So why you can talk that when all this year became white? And because a white man come, you saying can't lead Jamaica over me dead body. Over dead body. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
To loud cheers from the packed audience gathered at the Tivoli Gardens High School, Mr. Warmington urged Jamaicans to put Mr. Golding back on the boat and send him to England.
We are, as all the while, we are descendants of the slaves. We don't want the descendant slave masters to rule us again. We don't want it. In 1838, we threw off the chain and then got trench town and lift up.
The same PSOJ that rules Jamaica is the descendant of the slave masters, because you politician is at the behest of the PSOJ. It may be consequences as to why the NEPA case goes south, isn't it? Because the PSOJ Galangen, the case with them and NEPA, remember that has alignment with Wisynco, does it not? Wisynco no belong to one of the 21 rich family in Jamaica. So Wisynco and the what them name ya? See them name there. Them were do the oil spill when NEPA drop case against. They have close business relation with the what's it or rather you call them, Wisynco. Wisynco is one of the 21 family member. You understand? Andrew Holness control NEPA. This wasn't a lawsuit, which one can say lawsuit can be private. This is a criminal case dropped against tradewind citrus limited, whatever them call. It's not a lawsuit, it's a criminal charge. Something that NEPA and the DPP ought to pursue. A sweetheart deal is done where we don't know what the sweetheart deal is. Just like sweetheart deal over National Housing Trust money. But this wasn't a lawsuit. So how do we get in a sweetheart deal, or is it that tradewind citrus pled guilty and is levied a fine? But if that is the case, it can't be a secret. A criminal case, my dear, is between us, the people of Jamaica, and tradewind citrus. Not between Andrew Holness and NEPA or them, between us, the people. It is our environment. So no can make backdoor sweetheart deal pan issue like this. Tradewind citrus. Tradewind rather citrus. No can make sweetheart deal pan them something. This was a criminal case. This wasn't a civil case. It's not between NEPA, the private organization, and them. It's between us, the people. It was about our environment. So the outcome of the case cannot be hidden from us. The outcome of this withdrawn prosecution must not be withheld from us, because at the end of the day, it was us, the people, against tradewind citrus. So you can wrap it up between yourself, and we don't have no say or no knowledge about it. What is going on, Prime Minister? What is going on, Director of Public Prosecution? Because the DPP is the one who ought to answer to the public here. Because it's the DPP that can withdraw a criminal proceedings. How much you get paid, Claudette? And what's the secret about it, my dear? Or have you been sticked up by Paula and say, remember, what Andrew says goes in NEPA? Remember, when you wait until Barnett, time has passed, but time has not passed for paid Barnett from the public purse for doing nothing at all. Not one jot of it. So therefore, this polluter, the polluter Tradewind Citrus Limited, can pollute our river, kill our fish off, and not a kehem, because them and them friend them walk away in a secret deal cut behind the back of the Jamaica people. Can you imagine? But let's see what the People's National Party has to say about this.
The opposition is calling on. The opposition is concerned about the decision of NRC and NEPA to withdraw prosecution against Tradewind Citrus Limited for the pollution of the Rio Cobra in December 2023. We are particularly concerned because reasons were not provided for its decision to withdraw. As a body that is charged with protecting our natural resources, it is important that its powers are exercised in a transparent way. We understand that a confidential agreement was entered into by the parties, and we wish to ascertain whether the residents who were impacted by the pollution, whether they were part of the decision-making process or whether they are part of the mediation or the discussion that took place. We also wish to ascertain the terms and the conditions of this confidential agreement that was entered into. The matter of the environment is of national import, and any decision that is taken ought to have the input of the citizens, particularly those who are affected. And to this extent, the opposition is calling on NRC and NEPA to share with the public the reasons behind its decision to withdraw the matter in the court.
So both NEPA and the DPP need to inform the Jamaican people. It is about us, not about them. But you might never know what backdoor deal might be happening, because it's the backdoor deal is him going in Jamaica. Let's move on with our next galangin. Minister of Pathole, Minister of Death. 2 people dead in a pothole now. Engineer urge design maintenance review. National Work Agency laments repairs delayed due to bad weather. That's all them I walk and tell we about. And that's why Spark no start. And that's why Reach no start. Happy Thanksgiving, Liebert. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. That's why Reach no start. That's why Spark no start. And between Reach and Spark, you know, it's almost 50 billion, because Spark is 45 billion. And then Reach, I think Reach is 4.5 billion, because there's a 3 billion and there's an added 1.5 billion. So it's almost 50 billion we're waiting on to be spent on our roadways across the country. And from last year in November, as some of you can clearly remember from conference last November, we've been tormented by sparks. We've heard spark, 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 to the point where the deterioration of our roadways because of the weather, the poorly construction of our roadways, the severe weather condition of hurricane and heavy rainfall and moving vehicle, the roadways, as Cliff Hughes called them, I heard Cliff Hughes refer to some of them today when he was addressing Minister of Potholes. Cliff Hughes said some of these are not potholes, they're craters. And anyway you say crater, it means bomb drop there. That is how dangerous our potholes are across the country. People are drowning in them. Primrose Radine, good night, cousin. How are you? Are you okay? Given how people are drown, die in a pothole across the country, Darrell Vaz himself the other day called on Andrew Holness to use emergency mechanism to repair or deteriorated roadways across the country. And almost 50 billion, Colleen Stewart, Ladybug, is hanging there while our roadways have started taking life now in a new fashion. A new trend, Andrew Holness. I wonder what this will be, if it would be a multiple victim accident incident. Because you know you make up things for trick with as we go along. But can we continue to accept from the government that because of rain, we have to live with it? So, in a rain in a prime minister, you can put down concrete, as we are saying to your prime minister, the mall. The mall is the problem on our roadways. Thereby, we need a concrete base below or asphalt. The rain shouldn't stop you from doing a concrete base in areas where the roads are not flooding. Catherine Happiness, how are you? The mall is the disaster of our roadways. We cannot continue to do the same thing over and over. Larkland, how are you? That is not working, and use it again and expect it to work, and then go talk about how we replenish our roadways. We're never gonna get it right until we stop using mall. Mall is basically putty as soon as water gets to it. Thereby, once water gets to it and wash out that putty from under the asphalt, it's just going to lift. And as vehicle drive over it, it busts. And then the next thing you have is a crater. Run one list, how are you? I mean, who teaching about civil engineering? I mean, have you had no upgrade in your civil engineering construction to see that, this is actually the problem? Or could it be that you all know what the problem is, have identified the problem? But just like the 20,000 and the pound of carrot discount, you all think we don't deserve any better. Just some you know. Una think say we don't deserve any better. So that's why una don't have to do anything for us which is durable or sustainable. When you just pala and walla when you don't want to fool with. And as long as you don't get on the right amount of fooling out of way, it's all over and done with. Colleen Stewart. It's all over and done with. It's just a using thing. We not get nothing out of this thing, Jeanette Brissett. We not get nothing out of this thing called Jamaica and prosperity. Otherwise, Metro Siaga and Navlet Blake, Metro Siaga and him friend them wouldn't come tell we Andy Brem. Metro Siaga and him friend them wouldn't come tell we say 2-day holiday too much for the plantation workers. 2 days. The same Metro Siaga will sit down and turn a blind eye to racism, along with a whole cahoots of white JLP politicians who stood there silently in shame while them things say amount gold in alone in a Jamaica white. Carlos covered a story today, but me just browse over it. We will hear more of it to come and what's the actual bangarang within it using Thompson Joan Bailey. Digicel on the DOJ spotlight. So whatever DOJ Digicel thing to say, it at fault when he have to report himself to DOJ, then we will hear, because I know Jamaica going in where things get sweep under the carpet where Anne-Marie Vaz used fix the road. Here the Portland people, them say the rain roll up Anne-Marie carpet them. The rain, my dear Anne-Marie, them say hold your carpet and roll them up. So the people of Portland don't have carpet to walk on anymore because of rain. You have to roll up carpet when rain fall. Them ya want you say, them defend the government measures with a benefit uno. Like the $20,000, like the JPS discount, like the NWC discount, and all. This is what these cheap people come out of defending. This is what these cheap people come out and tell you, oh, come on, $20,000 is a huge benefit. A pound of carrot is a huge benefit. A pound of tomato, come on, isn't that prosperity? You couldn't say. You couldn't move around saying you have not had a share of prosperity. We've given you discount on your JPS bill amounted to a pound of carrot. We gave you debt relief on your NWC, which amount to a pound of tomato. We gave you $20,000 where you struggle at the supermarket and decide, what do I need and what do I not need, because I cannot pick up everything that I want to. And I hit them come out and tell we say, heap hooray, which government ever look pan and go no $20,000? Which government you know of will ever steal 1.5 trillion? And that we if you ask, we don't go on like we don't give we enough. We are going like we don't thief even enough. Una stop thieving a millions, una thieving a billions and trillions now. Between Andrew Favel and Tufton is 1.7 trillion gone missing. Before Dustin hop off, Dustin tell us, my 900 billion, I couldn't give an account for 1.7 trillion between the three of them. Before Dustin hop off from Ministry of Health, Dustin tell us, my 900 billion that I could not account for. Ketty Wargon. And because say people dead, people gone foreign, and people retire. That's why that 900 billion between me and Dr. Tufton, we can't give an account for it. You have to ask the people that were gone foreign. You have to ask the dead people them, and you have to ask the people them who retire. They are the problem, said Dustin Bryan. Everybody think we are fooling, you know? Everybody cheat, we like Duppy. Everybody think we are nana fool. Dustin have no part and share in that 900 billion. But dead people were gonna foreign, and people who retire have to pick up the brunt. This little old wizardy old man where you see on the screen look like blighted mango Faval. So with the glory in a $20,000. You can't take up $20,000, give one of the bad man in a Mountain View in a favor. You have to service them more money than that. You can't take up 20,000. Brenda Elson, how are you? You can't take up 20,000. Give one of your gangster in a Mountain View. You have to run more money than that favor. This is not a monthly benefit for a particular period. This is a one-off benefit. The $20,000 is a one-off benefit. Just like the whole heap of money we want to collect from foreign in a COVID, and it was just a one-off benefit. Only a few people got. But I watched Uno on a campaign the other day. I tell people how to look after Jamaica people in a COVID. Uno forgot cell phone and internet and camera they are working in a COVID. Internet, phone, and camera was working in COVID. I'm a libfissy. JLP, I walk and talk, how them look after Jamaicans in a COVID. Me don't know about it, and I'm sure if you speak to majority Jamaicans, they're not aware of it either. It's just something where JLP make up when them think to say, the whole of we never remember what happened yesterday. Tomorrow them come with a totally different story. I don't know how they manage to lie so blatantly, so stupidly, so carelessly. I mean, they do it as if we're as foolish as ever. We don't know that that was said before. We don't know that that was a lie. We don't know that that was optics. It's getting too much. Because spending time on all of these things is why no serious effort is being put in running the country. Spending time and trying to bamboozle the public at all time. It is the reason why nothing now happen in our country, because the Prime Minister who runs tantamount of department and ministries. The Prime Minister is really the Minister of Pathole, because the Prime Minister is the Minister with portfolio for the National Works Agency. Claudette Robinson, how are you? He is really the Pothole Minister. He is the one who is the head of the National Works Agency, which has not done anything across the country for 8 years. Nothing at all. Even this morning, the Gleaner was asking, did I not bring this in? The Gleaner was asking, where is the ombudsman? Because I said, shouldn't I have had it somewhere here? The Gleaner was asking, where is the ombudsman? Because the political violence that took place over last weekend during the the by-election, 9 years. During the by-election, the director of election are very quiet about the issue, and this former director, what's his name, is asking, where is Orette Fisher? It is my view that the local government election having been held and passed, in other words, is now history. So to speak, of all the mayors should have been determined that the legislation that speaks to the removal of the sitting mayor, that would take effect. So he's calling on Tingide to resign. The mayor, the JLP mayor for Clarendon, he's calling on him to resign. But along with this and the political violence over the election period, the ombudsman and the director of elections are rather quiet, and these are the two people who are who would be responsible for investigating all of these issues. Also responsible for investigating Everard Warmington, Juliet Cotsburn-Finn, the ombudsman is responsible for investigating Warmington, Cotsburn-Finn, Darrell Vaz about the racism and the violence, as well as both could investigate, especially the Electoral Commission, what happened over the by-election period. But don't forget again, that's a department in our agency in Andrew Hall. That's his office. Anything in the office of the Prime Minister does not work. And I make it up. It's just reality. Look at all our the Prime Minister. Oh, I found everybody come here. My cousin they are talking. I may say to my cousin from over there, I just understand now. I want a drink. I feel thirsty. Make a take a break, the people. I'll return shortly.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. COVID money, miss we eat the yellow correct you. Use the youth, the money, waste my must have mantis statue. Say me like a cashew, but we got in a figure you. Take this bit of money, God, and say that is not you. One day the man above end up, him a got a too much eat in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and such a need that's coming at you. It done me.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back. What do you mean, my cousin talk? I mean, I say, you know, me just understand why the Prime Minister hold we and shove it down with throat, how good the economy is, and how good and how low the employment figures are. Does anybody else know why the Prime Minister regularly does that? Does anybody knows why the Prime Minister regularly tells us how good the economy is, whether he has stabilized it or grow it, whichever one him choose to tell us at that given time, and how low the employment figures are? Are you aware of why the Prime Minister is doing it? Because it only come to me with here. Me only latch on with here why the Prime Minister keeps doing it relentlessly. All when we not want to accept it, him hold the back of our head and him push it down with throat. You must believe that the economy has never been good as it has been like this before. You must accept that it's the first time ever we've ever had such a low employment rate. No, why am I doing it? Come on now, no can they not understand why the Prime Minister can't be one so done. Nobody no work out why the Prime Minister regularly does that. Come on now, man. Do better than that. Do better than that, globalists. Murder. The Prime Minister is the Minister of Growth, Economic Growth, and Job Creation. Andrew Michael Holness is the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation. So Andrew Holness is telling us, wanna say, oh, my department work good. Economic growth and job creation. Economic growth till you couldn't grow so fast. We have job till if you not work and you don't want to work, because they like to put that narrative out. If you not work and you not want to work. But because the Prime Minister is the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, all of a sudden, the Jamaica economy grow, the Jamaica employment rate drop. Prime Minister, how you're so brilliant. Me tell you, sir, it's either you're extra brilliant or you're extra dunce. But if I extra dunce, you're extra dunce, somebody else will help you with the dunceness. You one can't be so dunce, Prime Minister, if you just pluck up things out of thin air and expect everybody to believe you and cheer for you. That dear Minister of everything, all and nothing, has done it all. That's why young people across the country now have job, Prime Minister. That is why the economy is in tatters, Prime Minister. That is why our roadways across the country, Prime Minister, is in tatters. It is the reason why, Prime Minister, we do not have an ombudsman to complain to. We do not have an independent director of election. We do not have a safe or promising environment or national housing trust is in great problem. All of those are grabbed and scooped by the Prime Minister. All of them. The Prime Minister grabbed all of them something that we're not working on. All of those things that are not working are the Prime Minister's portfolio, the Prime Minister's responsibility. Ask yourself, how could one person manage so much different offices and agencies in government while running 3 companies, 28 bank accounts, and a whole lot of side chicks? This Prime Minister is not doing what we employ him to or is paying him to do. The Prime Minister cannot run his personal business and run the country's affair. When we elect the Prime Minister, we elect the Prime Minister to look after our country's affair. If the Prime Minister is unable to look after the country's affair, then the Prime Minister ought to step aside so one who has the time on their hands, Florence, Yvonne, to look after our country, do so. But under no circumstances should we be paying the Prime Minister to run 28 bank accounts and 3 companies. It is wholly unacceptable. But this government is very, very confident of winning a second term in government. Given that the Prime Minister has failed so miserably on countless of promises that this Prime Minister has been making since 2015 to now, is yet though to deliver on most or many of them. Prosperity was one that everybody looked forward to. It was the driving force of the Prime Minister's promise. Andrew Wheatley, though, told us that this is the start of the rollout of prosperity. $20,000 a pound of carrot and a pound of tomato is what prosperity really looks like. Thank God Dion got a donkey out of it. How much of us will get a goat or a pig or even a cow out of prosperity? They say it is coming, slow though it might be. We will deliver within the next 9 months because we, they say, desire a third term. No, sir. Andrew Holness and them people, them rock crazy. Michelle McCoy. Sometimes I want to hold the Prime Minister and shake him. Even if you shake him terribly enough, you might just mix up the chemical in him and he might start to think again. But why? If you want to go into a dream world, Andrew Holness is the best person to take you there. This Prime Minister's policy is but a dream. The reality, though, or the truth is, rather, that we believe those dreams in 2015, those dreams, though, have become a nightmare, Prime Minister, haven't they? The difficulty for you is to try and convince us that that nightmare is an actualized dream. With $20,000, sir? $20,000, you know, I cannot get over the $20,000 because they're all saying this is a good move. This is a good move. 20,000, £100. If Keir Starmer take up £100 giveaway in England, it would be riot. If Keir Starmer did treat we like Andrew Holness treat we, and then the prosperity where we sit down and wait pan, and Keir Starmer come and go pick up £100 giveaway, it would be riot up and down this country. It would be just like that because people would be so angry. The British public would know that that is an insult. It would be a riot up and down the country if Keir Starmer ever take up £100 giveaway. For do what? £100 for do what, Keir Starmer? So I don't know, owner jump for joy and jump for hooray, say Andrew Holness go to $20,000 near for Christmas. And I know, say by no time I get the $20,000 there. Andrew then go tell Mr. Chin, say, raise the things them. Your 20,000 is not going to reach far. I mean, the very week you collect the 20,000, hungry kill you that same week there. 1 minute of feast and one year of famine. That's what that $20,000 represents. 1 minute of feast and a whole year of famine. That $20,000, hey, it bun me, you know? It bun me, the $20,000 bun me. You see, because politicians come out and go on like a money, politicians go on like a something what to be grateful for, politicians go on like a big help, politicians go on like anything meaningful to even poor people, dirt poor people. It really burned me. And Jay Reid, Willie Dunn. It burned me. 20,000 a school picking money. And when you give picnic for the school money for the month, and someone have to give more. Depends on when the children go to school. At school children lunch money for the month. Like literally. That's what the government is asking you to be grateful for. School picnic lunch money for the month. School picnic lunch money for the month. Because I know if it's summer in Jamaica, we're sending the children at school, lunch and fare, a cost on 120,000 for the month. Depends on which part when the children go to school. And that the government see, 10,000 per week for my son. Exactly. So it will even carry school picnic for a month. My girls get 2K per day. See there? So Andrew Holness giveaway couldn't even benefit school children for a month. Couldn't benefit one school child for a month. And at that, which one of them say, young people, they record a Brooks nonsense. She take 3 taxi to come home. So 3 figure, 3 for come home. You know the amount of money that? And she have to eat at least 2 times before she, at least 1-2 times before she come home. Anybody go in a supermarket with 20,000 for Christmas or any weekend, you struggle how to cut up that 20 pound because that 20 pound can stretch far to where your family wants to go. It really irritates me that the government is expecting people to be grateful over $20,000. Arlene Foster, how are you? $20,000 is a big insult. Especially like how them a call it a part of them prosperity government give back. It's like a them personal, how it feel to me is like a them personal pocket. The country's money is their personal pocket. And them a tip with out of them personal pocket. I saw it feel, you know. I really saw it feel to me. But God go with the wicked them. I want me get the little while. This is something like what crown, little crown. Thanks, Kathy. No, sir. Got a little crowd on TikTok. Thanks to those who have joined on Instagram, who is General. No, sir, no, it's not General. I can't barely read pan. Same thing that because the screen small. No, so my phone pan. My phone when I do Instagram pan. That a really blind iPhone. Can't really see the can span it. And through the computer screen much brighter and it had a glare in my eye. Can't barely see the cans. But anyway, I might come on a bit later. I might come on a bit, maybe half an hour later or so tomorrow morning, because I do have an appointment to fill tomorrow. So I may be a bit late. 20,000 can't send my 2 children to school for the week. See that? So listen, this 20,000 is such a big insult. And this is why I'm so upset, because me as a person who assists in sending one of my nephew to school in Jamaica, I know £100 for send him gas for lunch and fare for the month is not enough. He might have to make it up, Kevin Davis. If me send £100 a month is not enough, he might have to make it up. So me know that was a liberty from day one when government have come go on like say people are to be happy about $20,000, which I got even confused more because I got decide what do I buy and what do I not buy, because the £20 can't go so far. It is such an insult, Florence. And what is the use of those men on my TV? Now we have to remind the crowd of the thief and the liars and the criminals will walk and make up the new definition. The mass murder equal multiple victim violent incident. Why? Andrew, you see what the thing with Andrew? Andrew never ceases giving us content. Andrew always provide content for all of us out here. Because just by opening mouth, you know, say Andrew Holness say something silly. And once he says something silly, that's content for a lot of us. Because we either have to drag him, we either have to contrast and compare, rebuke him, something. Norman Ferguson, how are you, bro? Jeanette Jones. Something, but Andrew Holness, it look like him just there to provide vloggers content. Because you know they have to run the country. If you were doing your job, Prime Minister, we would really talk less about you. And to be honest with you, a lot of the time, a lot of us don't want to hear you, we don't want to see you, we don't want to talk about you. But because it is our country Prime Minister and it's going so waywardly wrong, we just cannot help but take notice because we care. And because we know, say, you have place for run go after you mash up with country, Chanel Williams. After you mash up with country, you have place to run go. We really need to keep people informed. We really have to keep calling you out because the craziness of your Prime Minister, you go around in quite a convincing manner to some people, convincing people, and you do convince some that you have been the greatest Prime Minister Jamaica has ever seen. The economy of Jamaica is in its greatest position it has ever been in. All of those are lies, you know. All of those are lies. But not all of us know that it's a lie. Not all of us believe that it's a lie. Some people swallow the sinker as soon as you throw the line, Prime Minister. Them just swallow it. I keep on telling you, step back or call a general election. And step back meaning just go and do your work quietly, Prime Minister. We don't want to see every little jump knock in the country. We see you in front of camera. You're not a Lisa Hanna Prime Minister. We are right with Lisa Hanna doing it. We're not okay with you doing it. You cannot use lies to convince us. You cannot force us to accept that a lie is true, Prime Minister. You do that time and time and time after. It's not working. Everybody is waking up to the nonsense of you. Even your own inner circle, Prime Minister, are realizing that this youth is just about lying, and deceiving us. Enough of it. The nation really have enough of it. And to be using racism, Prime Minister, to pull a wool over your incompetency, to pull a wool over your ineptitude, it will not work. The two games you're playing at the moment, the people are awake to them. The violence and intimidation plus the race card. The other card will not play, which it will not be so successful, because we are here to remind you, and we know the track record and we know the truth. You see the fish argument on our play, or drop it. You see that fish boy from St. Catherine where Anvar's having a Portland, a run a fish narrative. Dirty Yeti boss. Yes, me not give you attention, but me I call out your name. When you run the fish argument, run it by Anne-Marie Vaz and Shani Green before you come out a road with it. They may want to correct what's in your book, Yeti. You, my girl, Yeti boss, yes, you. That narrative you're running. you might want to run it across Anvars. Let Anvars proofread your book before you come out here with your propaganda. You may just know that I know more than what you know that anybody might know. But we're not going to spend much time on Uno. But Mr. the JLP, where them sell Jamaica batty to the world, I run a fish narrative. Oh, please don't do it. Most of the politicians who attend Cliff Hughes' party, which is coming up, Cliff Hughes' gay party, which is coming up on the 31st of December, are JLP politicians. Uno don't do it. Are them sign Samoa agreement? Are them sign a pact with Canada? Don't do it. Please do not. We won't allow you all to run that slimy narrative. Well, Uno, every roll on a roll in this slime, Uno drop a dot because of phone own slime. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution in downtown Kingston is being relocated. Kiss me, Karengias. No, this is where a country has no more independence. Anyway, let me read, because I done, you know. Sometimes I don't have to remember, say, me done. I wonder if I can do this through share screen. Let me look how friendly I can use this conundrum. Hold on, let me freeze my people. But, boy, may I tell you, them people are not ramp with way at all. Window, yes. Share window. Share a window. Share a window. That's Delroy Truck. Delroy Dirty Boss. What does Delroy Dirty Boss says? Delroy Dirty Boss says, the Office of Director of Public Prosecution in downtown Kingston is being relocated to the Ministry of Justice because mold has infested the newly renovated and expanded building, causing some staff member to be sick. Delroy Chuck. Is it falling apart or is it rolling away? Remember them said newly, our refurbished and what's the word they use? Renovated. Newly renovated and expanded. And Koro reaching there already. So what did Uno do? What material Uno use? Or is it that the Ministry of Justice is taking over the office of the prosecutor, which ought to be independent? Not independent of Jamaica anymore, you know. Everything turned busso soup at Jamaica, you know. Busso soup, politics, government. Because it's a politics, this a government here run everything like a busso soup, you know. Beat and teach, you see how fast this new thing work. You see what I talk to you about today. You see how fast it work. You just send Delroy Chuck to me and I have him up before you. So the new com system is assisting me to do things a little bit faster as well with graphics that come in while I'm in broadcast. So if you need to send me anything to do with the show or you need to call the show, that is the number on screen for the show. That is +1 1 4 4 7 5 5 1 1 8 3 1 3 1. So that's the number if you want to call, if you want to text, or if you want us to call us back, then you can text us and say what you want to talk about, and we will call you back so you can put your views forward on the show. But Andrew Olness and Delroy Chuck take over the prosecutor office. So no say FID can't charge Andrew if they carry out them investigation. Honestly, the only thing is going to help us is a general election. So the ombudsman galang in here, what the gleaner is saying, how the ombudsman quiet. The gleaner say, oh, the ombudsman quiet. But the ombudsman not in an Angela sit down in an Angela office. So if him sit down in an Angela play Rockabye Baby round, what you think he's going to say? Like literally. If the ombudsman in the prime minister lap I sing Rockabye Baby, you think to say we're going to get anything out of the ombudsman? Not even a dime. Not a dime. That's why everything just goes sideways in a Jamaica. Everything. Everything in a Jamaica goes sideways. Them lucky. Anyway, if no one no have anything to say, Devon, Elliot, how are you? What can go so? Can we say what can go so? What can go so? See, Derek, I'll reach on the chart with them. What can go so? What can go so? Ombudsman office. A billion for Amanda Bryant. How are you? Let me see what this is. Hold on, let me see what Nationwide says. What Nationwide says. Oh, why is it asking me to log into my Facebook on thingy? Them, I don't want to log in. Nationwide News Understood Environment. Hold on. Environment Minister Matthew Samuda has requested a brief from Matthew Samuda, Environment Minister. I don't know. Hold on. Regarding the deal to drop the Rio Cobra Galang in, oh please, Matthew Samuda, please stop trying to frighten me. A betrayal of the people. That's how environmentalists advocate describe a decision by the National Environment and Planning Agency, NIPA, to withdraw a criminal charge against Tradewind Citrus Limited over a 2023 oil spill in the Rio Cobra in St. Catherine. Hold Hold on there. Hold on, let me do some screen share. Hold on, my peeps. Hang on. I need to go back to Google. Screen share and hear what going on over Mademoiselle. So this one. Hang on, Google. Bear with me, people. I'm doing multiple things here from multiple different screens. Let me see what is said here.
In a statement on Thursday, two environmental groups condemned NEPA's action and expressed deep disappointment at the agency's decision to withdraw the charges against Tradewinds Citrus Limited. CEO of the Jamaica Environment Trust, JET, Dr. Teresa Rodriguez Moody, says the decision made without explanation or transparency is incomprehensible. She notes that the lack of transparency erodes public trust and sends a message that polluters can negotiate their way out of accountability. The December 2023 oil spill devastated fishing communities in St. Catherine. NEPA confirmed on December 15, 2023, that a malfunctioning boiler
you all hearing, yeah?
Jamaica beverage plant owned and operated by Tradewinds Citrus was the source of a spill that was first observed in the river on December 11. NEPA responded with an enforcement notice and promised further legal action. Dr. Rodriguez Moody says NEPA has failed.
That's the number, Ladybug.
She says the decision sets a dangerous precedent that trivializes environmental violations and prioritizes corporate interests over the health of natural resources and justice for impacted Jamaicans. Testonat Gordon, representing Friends of the Rio Cobre, echoed similar sentiments. He says NEPA owes the public answers as the decision undermines justice and leaves the community to suffer the consequences of pollution of a major river. The environmental groups are calling for NEPA's reasons for discontinuing the case and the disclosure of the details of the settlement. They are also calling for the strengthening of environmental laws and stricter penalties for polluters. The groups are urging the government to conduct a comprehensive review of NEPA's enforcement practices and decision-making processes. The environmental advocates stress that the case is not just about the Rio Cobre, but about safeguarding Jamaica's environmental future. Robeanne Williams for Nationwide News.
So there you hear that conundrum with NEPA, the government, and all of them, but they're all con artists. They're all con artists because Andrew Holness sign off on what NEPA does. You don't take a decision, such big decision, without your top boss signing off on it, which Andrew Holness is the top boss at NEPA. Hold on, let me check my WhatsApp, I think, and see if anything more did come to me. Okay. Beat and teach, this really work faster, my friend. This really work faster because I can have everything in one place on the computer. So hold on. That's working better. Renee Nicholson, how are you? And errors, good evening, good evening. Anyway, my peeps, Alison, Claudette, Winsome, Julie, Jess, Jemo on Instagram. Good evening, all. Good evening, good evening. And to Kathy and everyone else on TikTok, Thank you for being here. Cousin Marina Wagwan, Jamrock 8766. Did you go up for sitting there, Marina? Thanksgiving? You go up for Thanksgiving or you go up for Christmas? Which is it? So the either Jerk or Talon said, don't be shy, people. Joan Brown, June Plum 26. So if you want to send any information to the show that you want us to look at, please screenshot the number on screen. That is the number that you contact Global TV on. That's 0755 118 31 31. Hold on there. Hello? No, you have to drop. No, you have to drop down. I cannot talk at the moment. Can you drop down, please? Hello? Can you drop down? Anyway, my peeps, this is where Global TV.
I miss you, right? Really?
Where is he on?
I miss you.
Where on earth this person's talking to me from?
Hey, I love you.
Oh, I'm crying out loud. Is this on TikTok, Kathy?
Love you.
Anyway, I'm going to end my live now. I don't know where this person's chiming in from. Hold on, let me see. I'm going to end my TikTok broadcast. I don't know what's going on over here.
Hello.
I don't know what happened in my TikTok broadcast. No, sir. Juliet, that's St. Kitts and Nevis. Ogot Bunky. So you see, if we politician them, me don't know how somebody get in for me, how somebody get in for me something that while me biceps curls straight. Hold on, let me try to start back over me something that live. I don't know how somebody get in for me TikTok live like that. I don't have a lot of understanding about how over TikTok work. But somebody just cut in on it, which I have no idea what was going on. Somebody have to end the live. Hold on, I want to show no Juliet and the monkey them. I want to show no Juliet and the monkeys. Let me show no Juliet and the monkeys. Hold on. Let's see if we can roll them up a bit bigger. No, not that. And I see Miss Finn. I play with our playthings. Miss Finn and our playthings. And them look homely with her too. Them look like them identify with her. Them, can you take me home with you, dear? Because you don't have nothing to do, you might as well. When you take home monkey and all sort and look after. Boy, all your neck ching them tough to let cat burn fin. A wicked and a wicked son. All on the neck ching them tobant. Well, the lady and our monkeys. Anyway, my people. Anyway, who have joined us back on Instagram, because you have some perverts from India and all sort, where them coming on your Instagram for bullshittishness. Hello, Cash. How are you, my friend? You have some of these perverts from India and all both. Well, when you're up on TikTok, then just jump in on your sin thing. I don't know what them there for. Young DT, what going, bro? Catty, I don't know what happened there. This guy just come in and start talk bullshit. And I had to end the live because I have no idea how to get rid of him or take him down. Or him in a darkness, me never have not seen him or anything. Anyway, my peeps, thank you all for being here with us this evening. As I say, I might be a little late tomorrow morning. Join us right back here tomorrow for your At a Glance program. Thank you very much while we continue to grow and develop in the space. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Good luck, good night. And to those who celebrating Thanksgiving, enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you very much, and good night from the Global Television Group. Hold on there. When do you mean the Minister of Pothole, drowning pool and swimming pool? No, Ranson. No, sir. You feel still look like you're embarrassed about it and cap the word. Whoa. Mr. Cliff Hughes tackle him about the crater them when you have in a road. That boy, may I tell you. I'm sorry for Jamaica. I'm sorry for the whole away. I'm sorry for the whole away. Because we are meet here foreign and we are meet here yard. Some of we are foreign want to come home, you know. Some of us want to come home, but we're afraid of Andrew and the bad man them and the bad police them and the wicked nurse them. And them people that we're afraid of, you know. And them lot there top with and come home. Otherwise, whole people would have left the West long time. I'm not stand there. Anyway, good night and good luck.
I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. And to the young people at home or wherever you are, and to all Jamaicans, I have one question for you. Take a look at your communities. Take a look at the sliding dollar. Take a look at the failing healthcare and ask yourselves, where is the progress? Where is the progress that this arrogant and disrespectful government keeps talking about? With this existing callous government, matters have gone from bad to worse.